Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishnaaya. We offer our humble pranams to Most Revered President Maharaj, our respectful pranams to all revered Vice President Maharajis, our pranams to revered General Secretary Maharaj, and all other senior ones, and love and best wishes to all dear Brahmacharins Maharajis. Our heartfelt respect to the dignitaries, other dignitaries present on the dais, especially Justice Biswajit Basu, and to all the members of Ramakrishna Mission with the devotees gathered in this auditorium today. On 1st May 1897, Swami Vivekananda initiated a mission bearing the holy name of Sri Ramakrishna. Over the last 128 years, the organization created a legacy of service to actualize the great ideal Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva as propounded by Sri Ramakrishna himself. On 5th of May, the second meeting of the association under the presidency of Swami Vivekananda, the object was mentioned. The object of the organization is to propagate the principles propounded by Sri Ramakrishna and illustrated by his own life for the benefit of humanity and to help humankind in the practical application of those principles to their spiritual, intellectual and physical needs. Today, we are here to celebrate the 129th Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission. As per the tradition, the program will start with the invocation by the Brahmacharins of Probationers Training Center, Belur.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Vam Me Manasi Pratisthita Mano Me Vachi Pratisthita Mamiravirma Edhi Vedasya Mani Sthashrutam Me प्रहासीरणे नागीते नाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामृतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु भक्तारमवतु भक्तारम् शांति शांति हरि ओम संगच्छत्वमित्यादेः मंत्रत्रयस्य संवदन ऋषिः संज्ञानन्दे भता द्वितीयाया ऋचस्तृष्टुप् छन्दः शिष्टयोरनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री रामकृष्ण प्रीत्यर्थे ब्रह्म यज्ञ जपे च विनियोगः। ओम संगच्छध्वं संवदध्वं संभो मनांसि जानतां देवा भानै यथा पूर्वे संजानाना उपासते समिति समानी समानं मनः सह चित्तमेषां समानं मन्त्रमभिमन्त्रयेव समानेन वो हविषा जुहोमि समानी वापूतिः समाना हृदयानि वः समानमस्तु वो मनो यथा बस्सु सहासति। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता धिया सर्वविद्या स्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे कालिन्दी फुल्लकमले माधवेन क्रीडारत ब्रह्मानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं सद्गुरो लोकनायक योगानन्दः प्रेमानन्दश्चान्ये वैये च पार्षदा रामकृष्ण गतप्राणान् सर्वान् तान् प्रणमाम्यहम्। ॐ Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Our best wishes and thanks to dear Brahmachari brothers. Now, Garlanding Revered President Maharaj, may I request Revered General Secretary Maharaj Ji to Garland Most Revered President Maharaj. The annual relief report will be released now. I humbly request Most Revered President Maharaj Ji to kindly release the annual relief report. After this formal release of the annual relief report, may I now request Revered Swami Suvirananda Maharaj, General Secretary Ramakrishna Mission, to kindly deliver the welcome address on this 129th Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission. Revered Maharaj.
Om Sthapakayo च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारो वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Most revered President Maharaj, who is presiding over today's proceedings this afternoon, revered Vice Presidents of the Ramakrishna Mission were present here, Revered Swami Abhedananda Maharaj, Revered Swami Divananda Maharaj, and also I would like to mention the name of Revered Swami Jyotirupananda Maharaj, who is present in the audience. And again, may I make a mention of Swami Mukhopadhyay, who has very recently been authorized to give mantra diksha. Swami Balabhadranandaji, Swami Bodhasaranandaji, Swami Tattwavidanandaji, Swami Ishtasevananda, and also the manager of Belur and the treasurer of the Ramakrishna mission, Swami Gautamanandaji. Mr. Justice Biswajit Basu, who is a member of the Ramakrishna mission, and also Sri Gautam Mukhopadhyay, who is also a member of the mission. Elders present, brother monks, beloved Brahmacharins and devotees, friends and admirers. Certainly, the members of the Ramakrishna mission. Today, as you know, is the first May, first day of May. On this day, Ramakrishna mission was born 128 years back. On behalf of the Ramakrishna mission, I extend a cordial welcome to all of you who have assembled here today on this auspicious function. I call this occasion auspicious because for today's world, more so for India, Ramakrishna mission is a historic necessity and a divine complicity. Through an infallible intuition, Sri Ramakrishna knew, as his disciple Abhedananda wrote, that Narendra was his son, his friend, born to carry out his commands, and the lives of Narendra and himself were eternally intertwined with an unbreakable cord of love. In later years, when someone asked Vivekananda about his master, he could only answer he was love personified, L-O-V personified. And he wrote in his poem dedicated to the master, I sing to thee. There is eyes, yet there, in graced gloom of darkest night, yet there, with speechless mouth and tearful eyes, thou standest fronting me, and at thy feet I fall on bended knees. Thy servant am I, through birth after birth. Vivekananda's loyalty to his master was unique. Such words as devotion and loyalty acquired new significance. While the westernized Calcuttans felt pride in their tidbits of social reform, here was a man, Narendra saw, who even spurned the Vaishnava idea of compassion to living beings. Compassion to living beings, Ramakrishna asked, is it not blasphemous to show compassion to God who is ever present in all beings? Ramakrishna reminded the devotees that the new idea of service must be Shiva Gadi, Jiva Seva, the conscious worship of God, of Shiva in all humanity. Narendra heard the message and understood that this was the message for humanity today. And for the coming age, when men and women, as a result of materialistic culture, would be treated and exploited as merely sensory realities for physical enjoyments and comfort. His only wandering engaged in the historic meditation on the last drop of India, a meditation not on God, but on the starving and suffering millions of the vast subcontinent of India, the queen of his adoration. At the height of his world fame, he would roll on the ground all night, leaving a cozy bed and shedding tears for them. It is for them that he was born. To a Westerner seeking religion, you say, Madam, I am not teaching religion, I am selling my brain to help my pupil. Whether in East or West, he drifted alone with God, sometimes without a single penny, floating entirely on the mercy of the Lord. He had no fear of anything under the sun. Once after the Parliament of Religions, Swami stood one moonlit evening on the shore of Lake Michigan. The rare beauty of the white waves splashing against the shore slowly began to lift the mind of the mystic monk to a transcendental realm. He felt the nearness of final samadhi when he could leave his body behind. Suddenly, over the waves, he saw the radiant figure of his beloved master. Vivekananda regained normal consciousness and realized that the task assigned to him was not yet completed. He had not released until the prophetic mission was over. There were miles to go before the final step, before the final sleep. Ramakrishna once prophesied that the day Narendra would come in contact with human suffering, his pride would melt into infinite compassion. It turned out true, though sometimes tragically. This infinite compassion Vivekananda himself witnessed every day in his master's life. Sri Ramakrishna never refused his love to anyone who came saint or sinner. Even when emaciated to skin and bones, the dying Sri Ramakrishna got up one day and taught someone who came from afar. That was how the dying Buddha too taught a seeker. In Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda saw Buddha's compassion incarnated. The Swami's letter to Alasinga of November 2, 1893 was the first known letter to his countrymen in which he reported the success of the Parliament of Religions. He told of the tribute paid to him by the American people, but soon turned to the theme of his heart, the uplift of India. Among the Swami's ideas for the regeneration of India, those that chiefly found expression through these letters to his Indian followers were, number one, the need to raise the masses, giving them opportunities for all-round development without injuring their religion. Two, the need to remove untouchability. Three, the need for the well-to-do to assist the suffering millions. Four, the need to give women opportunities for proper education and self-improvement. Five, the need for the universal spread of the right kind of education. Six, the need to cultivate the material sciences. Seven, the need for technological and industrial development. And above all, eight, the need to give freedom to society for its onward movement. For translating the ideas into reality, he felt the need of an organization, but he was in a dilemma to be or not to be, to organize or not to organize. He said, if I organize, the spirit will diminish. If I do not organize, the message will not spread. Ultimately, he decided in favor of an organization, that is Ramakrishna Mission. We are here celebrating the glorious completion of 128 years of his journey with its presence in 6 continents with 289 centers in 25 countries now and half a century of sub-centers scattered here and there. Before I wrap up, let us salute our beloved Swamiji Maharaj. Like a young Shiva, he entered his habitual realm of transcendence after drinking the poison of human suffering. This is the finale of Vivekananda's life. He remains and will remain an eternal symbol of purity, service and renunciation in the fullness of divinity and perfection. His gospel of a new religion, a new man, and a new scripture is being preached through his dream mission, which is named as Ramakrishna mission today. In every celebration of the foundation day like the present one, let us remember that the years that have gone by in the history of the mission may be only just the beginning compared to the great work that lies before it in the coming centuries. So let us all pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Swami Vivekananda, that they may continue to guide the activities of the mission just as they have done it all these years. May they bless us with faith and strength to carry on the work of the mission in true spirit. I once again welcome you all to today's program on this historic occasion. Sangachadham Sangadaddham Sangogunansi Janadam. May you move in harmony, speak in one voice, let your minds be in agreement. That's our prayer. Thank you so very much.
Our humble pranams to Revered General Secretary Maharaj. I would now like to request Revered Swami Tattwavidananda Maharaj, Assistant General Secretary Ramakrishna Mission, for reading of the historical proceedings of the General Body Meetings of the Ramakrishna Mission Association held on 1st and 5th May 1897. Revered Maharaj.
Proceedings. Proceedings of the first meeting held on Saturday, 1st May 1897. In pursuance to a call from Swami Vivekananda, a meeting of the Grihastha disciples and followers of Sri Ramakrishna Deva was held on the evening of the 1st May 1897 at the premises of late Babu Balaram Bose, number 57, Ramkanta Bose Street, Calcutta. Several sannyasis of the Alam Bazar Mutt favored the meeting with their presence. In view of the increasing interest and expansion of the movement to diffuse Paramahansa Deva's ideas, teachings and principles, it was thought desirable to form an organization to carry on the work methodically. A local center in Calcutta was thought to be essential, where all could meet regularly to exchange their ideas, to adopt means for diffusing the knowledge of those principles and teachings to the masses, and to keep themselves in touch with the other sister bodies in different parts of India, America, and England by the interchange of views for the furtherance of the cause. A general body of members was drawn up, consisting of all who, however differing each other in their respects, have a common ground of unity in the love of Paramahamsa Deva and his teachings. An executive committee has also been formed from amongst those present, and a subscription list was opened for collecting a monthly sum for house rent and other necessary expenditure. It was resolved to hold weekly meetings at the house of Babu G.C. Ghosh for the present. The preliminary meeting of the association was fixed to take place on Wednesday evening next to consider, fix upon rules of guidance and the principles, objects of the association. Number of audience about 40. Now, proceedings of the second meeting of the association held on Wednesday, 5th May 1897. Under the presidency of Swami Vivekananda, the name, object, method of the work of the association and the rules for its guidance were fixed upon. These are the followings. Namely, the Ramakrishna mission. Object. The object of the society is to propagate the principles propounded by Sri Ramakrishna and illustrated by his own life for the benefit of humanity, and to help mankind in the practical application of those principles in their spiritual, intellectual, and physical needs. The mission. The mission of the society is to carry on the work inaugurated by Sri Ramakrishna of fraternizing the various creeds of the world, knowing them to be only phases of one eternal universal religion. Method of work. The method of work is by starting center
sannyasins,
ascetics and grihasthas, householders, as educators of the people, and to enable these teachers to reach the people by making them visit different parts of the country. Foreign work. To send missionaries to different foreign countries, to bring the centers already existing in countries outside of India in sympathy and cooperation with those existing in India, and to start other centers. The rules of the association. The following rules were unanimously adopted for the guidance of the Calcutta Center of the mission. Number 1. Anyone who believes in the mission of Sri Ramakrishna, who is ready to cooperate for the spread of that mission, and who endeavors to lead a moral life, would be eligible to the membership of the society, the other members not objecting. Number 2, the members should pay a subscription not less than 8 annas per month, unless anyone is specially incapable.
Number 3, the president of every branch shall have the power of vetoing any proceedings of that branch. Number 4, the executive committee shall have the power of calling meetings through the secretaries and collecting funds through the treasurer. Number 5, a meeting should be held every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. at the premises of number 13 Bospara Lane, Bagbazar. Swami Vivekananda has been elected the General President of the Ramakrishna Mission. Swami Brahmananda has been elected the President of the Calcutta Center of the Mission. Thank you.
Our respectful pranams to Revered Swami Tattwavidananda Maharaj. I would like to request now Revered Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj, Assistant General Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, to kindly deliver the keynote address. Maharaj.
I offer my pranams to Thakur Ma Swamiji, my pranams to Most Revered President Maharajji, Revered Vice President Maharajjis, Revered General Secretary Maharajji, and other senior monks. My loving namaskars to all the junior sadhus and brahmacharins on and off the dais. My respectful namaskars to Mr. Justice Biswajit Basu, Sri Gautam Mukherjee, other members of the Ramakrishna Mission and devotees. Calculating from the date 1st May 1897, today is the 129th Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission. Swamiji once said that he would set up a machinery which would carry only ennobling ideas to the doors of everybody. He actually meant Ramakrishna Mission by this, together with, of course, Ramakrishna Math also. Like any machine, these twin organizations work untiringly, but at the same time, they are engaged ceaselessly in the good of many and in the happiness of many. Legally speaking, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission are two distinct entities. Math is a trust and the mission a society. Both were first established as unregistered bodies, Math in October 1886 and the mission in 1897 on this very date. Later, Math got registered as a trust in 1901 and the mission as a society in 1909. But the genesis of both Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission can be traced back to much earlier a period. Swami Saradanandaji writes in his biography on Sri Ramakrishna that when Sri Ramakrishna had completed all his sadhanas, he had some revelations about himself and his divine mission. One of them was this: being an instrument in the hands of the Divine Mother, he would have to found a new order, especially fitted for the liberal faiths revealed in his own life. Divine Mother also showed Sri Ramakrishna that some very pure young men would come to him as disciples, who would be groomed by him into ideal spiritual personalities, and making them the pillars, he would have to form the future new order. After this, he would be waiting every day for his disciples to come. And when it would be evening and vesper bells would ring from the temples, he would cry out in deep agony, saying, "Yet another day has passed, but none of you have come." This longing for his chosen disciples was no less intense than his longing for the first vision of Mother Kali. The disciples started coming after 6 years of this vision. He accepted them with great love, and by the examples of his own life, molded them into true ideals of spirituality. Many people wrongly think that Swami Vivekananda founded Ramakrishna Mission and introduced service activities in it being influenced by Western ideals, particularly by the Christian organizations. But as we have just seen, it was not so. The order owes its origin to the divine will of the Divine Mother. As for the service activities also, it is not borrowed from any other religion. Swamiji was not averse to accept good things from others, but just for the truth's sake, we should keep it in mind that service or seva is an integral part of Hinduism, and that Swamiji was born with a spontaneous inclination to serve and help others, instances of which are replete in his childhood stories. That was further induced by his parents' examples, both of whom were extremely generous. When Swamiji came to Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna provided a sound philosophy to his innate spirit of service by pronouncing the gospel of Shivogyane Jive Seva. In this gospel, Swamiji's natural urge for Seva got a firm ground in conformity with the Sannyasin's ultimate ideal of moksha or spiritual liberation. Therefore, seva or service, which is a definitive characteristic of Ramakrishna mission, is very much of an indigenous origin, first in the Hindu ethos and then in the life and teachings of each of the holy trio. Sri Ramakrishna started to form the Sangha since the Dakshineshwar days itself. Slowly but surely, he was knitting the hearts of the young disciples together, even without their conscious knowing. And after passing through a brief phase at Shampukur, the Sangha got a tiny palpable form only at Kashipur, around the deathbed of Sri Ramakrishna. From Holy Badar, we later came to know that at Kashipur, Sri Ramakrishna grew somewhat restless in this regard, because he knew that his days in the mortal frame were numbered. Often he would say to the Holy Mother, "If only I could unite them together before leaving." During his last days, he would often call Naren alone and give him specific instructions regarding the future Sangha. One day he expressly told Naren in presence of his other disciples, "You are most intelligent of all. You must love them very much and see to it that they stay together in a place and do not go back home." This way, he himself initiated the future Sangha, then handed over the mantle to Swamiji, and Swamiji gave it a concrete shape in later years. After Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Swamiji came face to face with the sufferings of Indian masses during his wandering days. Then only he realized that in the changed situation of society, the organized strength of the all-renouncing monks would have to be used in the service of suffering masses. In addition to the spiritual services that the monks have been rendering for centuries, they would also have to work now for the all-round educational and cultural developments of people, irrespective of all social and financial distinctions. His formative ideas regarding this, he expressed to Swami Ramakrishnanandaji in the following words in a letter. "My brother, seeing all this, especially the poverty and ignorance, I had no sleep. At Cape Comorin, sitting in the Mother Kumari's temple on the last beat of Indian rock, I hit upon a plan. We are so many monks wandering about and teaching people metaphysics. It is all madness. Cannot some disinterested sannyasins, bent on doing good to others, go from village to village, disseminating education and seeking in various ways to better the condition of all, down to the Chandala? Cannot that bring forth good in time? Thus, it can be shown that after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Swamiji contemplated deeply on the ideas and instructions he received from his Guru about the Sangha for 11 long years, 7 years while he was in India, and for 4 years while he was in the West. His Western experience further convinced him of the efficacy of an organization, regarding which he had already received a clear mandate from his Guru during his lifetime. That is why, immediately on his return from the West, Swamiji gave a concrete shape to the Sangha-related ideas of Sri Ramakrishna by establishing the Ramakrishna Mission on 1st May 1897. The mott was formed 11 years before this, but so far it was running in an unorganized manner. When the Ramakrishna Mission got established with its basic constitutions framed and its main objectives specified, the mott also started to be gradually structured and organized. While the mott comprises only the monastic members, the Ramakrishna Mission uses the combined efforts of both monks and the householders for its multifarious services. And what the Ramakrishna Mission is today, to a great extent that is due to its householder members and devotees also. Ramakrishna Mission does not keep any contact with politics. It is not any social service or social reform organization. It is not even a philanthropic organization, though philanthropy is its important outcome. It is a spiritual organization through and through, and its motto has been said by Swamiji as Atma Mukti and Jagadhita. Atma Mukti means personal spiritual liberation, and Jagadhita means doing good to the world. To the people of the world, our Jagadhita activities are nothing but sincere and disciplined welfare activities, for which we are often praised. But for the inner members of the mission, for both monks and householders, our Jagadhita efforts are also efforts for Atma Mukti, as we perform them as our devotion-full offering to Thakur, Ma and Swamiji, to God. As individual members of the Ramakrishna Mission, our goal is gradual spiritual progress and ultimately spiritual illumination or God realization. And the means for that is japa, meditation and seva. And collectively, Ramakrishna Mission's goal is to spiritualize the whole human society by providing it with a spiritual mooring and a spiritual objective. Ramakrishna Mission is divine mission of Sri Ramakrishna in continuum. Together with Ramakrishna Math, it is the gross body of Sri Ramakrishna. It is therefore irresistible. Swamiji said, if you stand against this tidal wave, you won't be able to thwart it in the least. But if you swim along its flow, you yourself will be benefited. You yourself will be blessed. He gave hints that this Sangha, including this mission, would last at least for 1500 years. I will conclude with what Swamiji once said to a few Brahmacharins at Belur Math. Though addressed to a few Brahmacharins, it is applicable to anyone who feels a belongingness to Ramakrishna Mission. Swamiji said, Sri Ramakrishna came for the good of this world and gave his life for it. I too will give my life for the world, and you too have to give your lives. But remember, out of our life's blood, such heroic souls will be born in future that the whole world will be revolutionized. Thank you.
Our pranams to Revered Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj. I now request Justice Biswajit Basu to say a few words for us. Justice Basu is one of the members of Ramakrishna Mission and also is an honorable judge in Calcutta High Court. Justice Biswajit Basu.
Namaskar. Namaskar to President Maharaj, General Secretary Maharaj, our Assistant Secretary, the senior monks on the dais, monks of the dais, participants, devotees. It is my lifetime privilege to have an opportunity to speak a few words in this afternoon at the anniversary of Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission. 120 years have passed since Ramakrishna's chief disciple, Swami Vivekananda, inaugurated this new service-oriented spiritual organization for the good and well-being of all. The founding of the Ramakrishna Mission is a landmark event in the cultural history of modern India. A few weeks after triumphant return from the West, Swami Vivekananda called a meeting of the monastic and lay devotees of Sri Ramakrishna at the house of Balaram Basu in Bagbazar on May 1, 1897. Swamiji placed before his ideas about setting up an organization. After studying Western society, he understood the enormous power of organization that was at the back of prosperity and growth there. Swamiji once remarked that he was tempted by that what he saw there. So we wondered if an organization could be founded in India on the principles of Vedanta that we had learned from he had learned from his master. This idea prompted him to start an organization in the name of Sri Ramakrishna, his beloved master. By founding the Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Vivekananda made the deal of practical Vedanta a reality. The Swami declared the motto of organization for one's own liberation and for the good of the world. 2 weeks after the first meeting of the Ramakrishna Mission, the first organized relief operations were conducted by the newly founded organization among the famine-stricken people of Mahula in Murshidabad, West Bengal. There was not mere social service, for the members taking part in the relief services were inspired by Swami Vivekananda, who taught, "He who sees Shiva in the poor, in the weak and the deceased, really worships the Shiva. And if he sees Shiva only in the image, his worship is but preliminary." A handful of educated men, fired by the idol of renunciation, service and devotion to Sri Ramakrishna, planted the seed of monastic brotherhood, which subsequently developed into the twin institution known as the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, which have a palpable presence all over the world today. The Math and the Mission are instruments to translate Ramakrishna Vivekananda idol into action. This twin institution, along with people subscribing to the principles and ideals of Sri Ramakrishna, constitute the worldwide spiritual movement called the Ramakrishna movement. The movement has grown in such stature and gathered momentum as years rolled on. Swami Vivekananda envisioned a bright future for all. He passionately hoped, let new India arise out of the peasant's cottage, grasping the plough, out of the hearts of fisherman, the cobbler and the sweeper. Let her emerge from the groves of the forest, from hills and mountains. True to Swami Vivekananda's vision, emphasis was laid on education among the tribal and marginalized people in different parts of the country. In addition, relief activities, healthcare, socio-economic development, especially rural and tribal development activities, brought great changes in several areas. The organization has brought out great improvement that has come about in quality of life of the beneficiaries. In fact, Ramakrishna Mission today stands as a tower of hope for the deprived, poor and neglected masses of India. On the completion of the 128 years of the mission's existence, I pray for the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi and Swami Vivekananda, and the cooperation and active participation of the monastic members, lay devotees, friends and admirers of the Ramakrishna movement. Before I conclude, I would like to repeat the appeal made by Swami Vivekananda at the end of his preliminary talk at the first meeting of the Ramakrishna Mission. Addressing the gatherings of the monastic and householder devotees at Borolam Basu's residence, Swami Vivekananda said, "We are but the servants of the masters. May you all help in this work." Thank you. Namaskar.
We sincerely thank Justice Biswajit Basu for his wonderful speech. Now we have reached almost the end of this program. May I humbly request Most Revered President Maharaj to kindly deliver his benedictory address.
Om Sthapakaya च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। नमस्ते यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Dear Swami Abhedananda Maharaj, Divyanandaji, Balabhadrananda, Tattwavidananda, Justice Biswajit Basu, Professor Gautam Mukhopadhyay, other brother monks, Brahmacharins, devotees and other helpers. I am very glad to be today taking part in this holy function. As you have already heard everything that is to be told about today's significance, you have heard from the welcome address of Suvirananda and also the readings of the historical proceedings by Swami Tattwavidananda and of course keynote address of Balabhadrananda and from the speech of Justice Biswajit Basu. So naturally, when I speak in the last, there will be overlapping, there will be repetition, but that is not a fault to be counted, because there is a sutra in our Shastras, Avartihi Asakrad Upadeshat. Some difficult thing or important thing can be repeated also. So please take it like that, as a repetition of some important thing. Swami Vivekananda started the Ramakrishna Mission or the Ramakrishna Sangha, as you have already heard, on May 1st, 1897. So the idea was the Sangha to preach those truths which Sri Ramakrishna himself had preached. and demonstrated in his own life, and to help others to put them into practice for their physical, mental and spiritual advancement. The duty, therefore, of the Ramakrishna mission, that's ours, all of you, we assembled here, would be to conduct the activities of the mission in the right spirit, to establish a fellowship of all the followers of different religions, knowing them as part of one Sanatana Dharma, Vedanta. It would also train teachers. This mission would also train teachers in sciences and other knowledge conducive to the physical and spiritual welfare of the masses. For the removal of the poverty of the masses of the mission should start or encourage others to start different industries and arts. This is a very important point. Till then, till Swamiji, so many great saints have spoken about religion and rejuvenation of the religion. Nobody has thought about the physical condition and improving the physical condition of the people to whom we are going to preach. It was Swamiji from beginning to end. Physical conditions, unless you improve, intellectual conditions until you improve, they are not ready for spiritual instruction. So Swamiji worked on that principles. For general education, it should introduce and spread Vedantic and other religious ideas as demonstrated by Sri Ramakrishna. For the activities of the above objects, the mission should start centers in various parts and collect funds, etc. It should also send trained preachers to foreign countries to establish better understanding and close relation between them and India. The aim and ideals of the mission being purely spiritual and humanitarian. It shall have no connection with politics. This is one of the most important clauses he added. The aim and ideals of the mission being purely spiritual and humanitarian. It shall have no connection with politics, and which we have been guarding for the last 128 years. We have to continue it for the next 1500 years. That will be one of our unique features. Swami Vivekananda says, we must have both secular and spiritual education of the nation in our hands. Our hands means, he means people with the spirit of service and sacrifice. It must be on the national lines and methods. Through accumulation of Vedic culture, Sanskrit culture he calls it, Brahmins and non-Brahmins, Aryans and Dravidians will all unite. Spreading Vedic or Sanskrit culture gives prestige and power and strength to the race. Castes will all be levelled. Power comes for making a strong future India. India must go out to foreign lands, keep abreast with their learning, learn from them also their technologies about the organization in society and other things. And we must also teach them the spirituality. We must go out, Swamiji says, conquer the world through spirituality and philosophy. We must do it or die. Do or die mission. We must do this or we will die. Fundamental principles of our religion, common to all sects and other religions, are to be taught to every man. Not any sectarian religion like Hinduism or some other ism. So it should be common principles of all religions. This is to be taught to every man, woman and child everywhere. Revere our old teachers. Advaita, Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita are all true. The unity in religion is absolutely necessary for future India. Avoid atheism and superstition. These were two are playing a havoc in society. So he says, avoid atheism and superstition. Avoid mystery mongering, which is a sign of weakness. Going behind miracles and magic, thinking that is all spirituality. Swamiji was very much against. First bread, then religion. The great truth that Swamiji realized was the whole nation was full of spirituality, but they could not express it because of this. The bread was not there. They were hungry. They were too poor, too uneducated. So we have to remove their poverty physically. We have to remove their poverty of secular knowledge. And then once it is done, the spirituality is already there, will express itself. Then he says, we have to give up weakness, hatred, and heartlessness. We should go to the sinking millions and take them by the hand. Serve all as God. The poor, the diseased, the lunatic, the lepers, and the sinners. It is a privilege to do so. He talks about our strength we require for this. Have faith in yourself that you can do everything. That comes through physical strength and mental strength. Cultivate them. Do not say we are weak. This is the faith you get from the Upanishads. Broadcast this Upanishadic truth to everyone. Preach to the poor and the masses their divinity to dehypnotize themselves. When they realize they are the Atman, they are divine beings, power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, and all that is excellent will come. Equality and elevation of the masses will come. All good comes from faith in this divine equality. This is to be preached in India and outside too. Caste should avoid hatred between one another. This happens when men are taught their real divine nature. Swami Vivekananda again says, with the advent of Sri Ramakrishna, the time has come for this going back to the one caste of Satyuga. All are equal. They had hundreds of rishis in the ancient India. We will have them many millions in the coming generations. Sooner every one of you believes in this, the better for India and the world. When we study the life of Swamiji and the other disciples of Sri Thakur, we will come to know that whereas other disciples of Sri Ramakrishna understood Sri Thakur in relation to their own personal salvation, Swamiji discovered that the Master's descent to this earth has universal significance. He came to give mukti not only those who were privileged to gather around him, but he has given a new model of life on which a new world civilization can be built. Swamiji once told to his brother disciples and others, listen, Sri Ramakrishna came for the good of this world and gave his life for all human beings. I am also sacrificing my life for them, and all of you will have to do the same. Whatever you see at present in Ramakrishna Mission is only the just beginning. As I shed the blood of my heart, know for certain that it will produce great heroes who will also do the same, and many lion-hearted souls will work for the Lord, and they will overturn the world in future. I would like to recall here the words of Mahapurush Maharaj once, while referring to the various challenges that Ramakrishna Mission was facing at that time. Mahapurush Maharaj said, the more there are trials, tribulations, and adversaries, the more the power of Master's order, that the Sanka Shakti, will be roused. All great achievements have to pass through many obstacles. The more we face opposition and adversity, the more our love, faith, and reliance on the Master will increase. This organization came into existence to set into motion the religion of the age, the Yuga Dharma, and it is the Master who is working through each individual belonging to it. The activities of the Ramakrishna Mission will continue to progress for centuries no one will be able to resist its course. Jai Ram Krishna. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
We offer Shashtanga Pranam to Most Revered President Maharaj-ji. I now request Professor Gautam Mukhopadhyay for vote of thanks. Professor Mukhopadhyay is a member of Ramakrishna Mission, and he is presently the professor at the Department of History, Ramakrishna Mission Vidya Mandira College, and he is also the coordinator of Department of Travel and Tourism in Vidya Mandira. Professor Gautam Mukhopadhyay.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishna. Most revered Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, revered Swami Suviranandaji Maharaj, revered Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj, revered Swami Tattwavidananda Maharaj, Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj, and other senior monks on the stage, revered Maharajas in the audience, Sannyashis and Brahmacharis of Belur, Honorable Justice Biswajit Basu, distinguished guests and devotees. Today, we are celebrating 129th Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission, and we have come to the concluding part of this program. I am feeling blessed that I am here to tell something in this auspicious occasion in front of such august audience. Before the formal vote of thanks, I would like to take the opportunity to say a few words, just like some concluding remarks. As a student of history, I must say that in the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, we can notice a formulation of a new religion, and I'm consciously using the term religion in Indian sense, not in Western sense. This religion appropriated, sanitized, and classicized the traditional Indian idea of dharma into a universal international religious discourse. And it is an experimented truth. In this occasion, I would like to suggest recent scholars to rediscover and reassess by rereading the history and historical context of this idea and is significant. But unfortunately, recent scholars avoid to discuss about Sri Ramakrishna, and sometimes it is misinterpreted as the traditional idea of bhakti by the scholars of recent days. We should remember that on 1st May 1897, Swami Vivekananda applied the idea of Sri Ramakrishna and opened a path for a new journey. And all of us are nothing but a part of this journey with the idea of Atmanamokshartham Jagodhitaya. Finally, I would like to thank today's speakers. My pranam to President Maharaj, Most Revered Swami Gautamanandaji. My pranam to Revered Swami Suvirananda Maharaj, Swami Balabhadrananda Maharaj, Swami Tattwavidananda Maharaj, and Swami Ishtasevananda Maharaj, who is going to sing the closing song today. My special thanks to Justice Biswajit Basu for his wonderful speech. I convey my respect and pranam to the senior monks of Belur Math and the Brahmacharis of Belur Math, my respect and love to the devotees, my special thanks to the volunteers and the technical support team in the backstage. And at last, I pray to the Holy Trio for physical, supernatural, and spiritual peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Professor Mukhopadhyay. This program will end with the concluding song by Swami Ishtasevananda Maharaj, and Swami Arkeshanandaji will accompany Ishtasevanandaji in tabla. There are two announcements. First, after this concluding song, those who want to offer pranams to Most Revered President Maharajji, they will do it here, and Swami Yadavendranandaji Maharaj will guide them necessarily. And finally, prasad packets will be served at the entrance of this hall. All of you are requested to collect the prasadam before you depart. Now, concluding song by Swami Ishtasevanandaji.
Hare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Hare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Aji Shubha Dine Mili Bhakata Jane Aji Shubha Dine Mili Bhakata Jane Gaho Gaho Rama Krishna Nam Gaho Gaho Rama Krishna Nam Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam Ramakrishna Name Ramakrishna Preme Ramakrishna Name Ramakrishna Preme Matiya Uthak Dhara Dham Matiya Uthak Dhara Dham Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Harite Bhubhar Premoy Avatar Harite Bhubhar Premoy Avatar Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadham Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadham Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Jai Ram Jai Krishna Vishwa Guru Ramakrishna Ekadhare Shama Shiva Sham Ekadhare Shama Shiva Sham Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Gahare Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Ajiye Shubh Dine Miliye Bhagat Jane Ajiye Shubh Dine Miliye Bhagat Jane Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji Ki Jai Jai Ganga Maya Ki Jai
Jai Ramakrishna. In a short while, we will have pranams to Most Revered President Maharaj. In order that the pranams be conducted smoothly and in a disciplined manner, we will all abide by certain rules. We will start from the first row. Monk sitting in the first row will come forward. Revered President Maharaj will go to the edge of the stage. He will be seated there. You can offer pranams by touching his feet and then go out through the door to my left, which is to your right. All of you will go out through that door only. We will start from the first row and all others will please remain seated. Only get up when the row in front of you is vacated. Till then, please be seated, don't get up. এখন পূজনীয় প্রেসিডেন্ট মহারাজ প্রণামের জন্য সামনের দিকে গিয়ে বসবেন। আপনারা প্রণাম করবেন। আমরা প্রথম রো থেকে শুরু করব। আপনারা প্রণাম করে দাঁড়িয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে প্রণাম করবেন। পূজনীয় মহারাজের পায়ে স্পর্শ করে প্রণাম করতে পারবেন। প্রণাম করে সেই দরজা দিয়ে আপনারা বেরোবেন। বেরিয়ে সামনের দিকে টিফিনের ব্যবস্থা আছে, আপনারা টিফিন প্যাকেট নিয়ে যাবেন। আপনার সামনে রোটা যতক্ষণ না খালি হচ্ছে আপনারা উঠবেন না। একটা একটা করে রো খালি হবে, তারপরে আপনি উঠে এসে প্রণাম করবেন।
প্রসাদের ব্যবস্থা কোথায় বাবা? কোন চারটা যাবে?